Dr. Brian Jacobsen in the studio. Dave Spano's our CEO.
Thanks, Danny. You know, Brian, you and I made a presentation this week to an ultra-high net worth family, and I thought maybe sharing that experience might be helpful to our listeners. And this family sent out an RFP to a number of advisors and made them bid on a number of things, and we were one of those that did that. We put together a presentation that I thought was straight to the point and very helpful because it separated us from the other brokerage firms and insurance companies that were presenting. It really starts with the very first question is, are you a fee-only fiduciary?
That's right. The RFP, a request for proposal, it's like, hey, you know, we're looking for financial services, wealth management services, the whole gamut. Really answering that question, I think that's almost like this gateway question that you always have to ask is, whose side are you on? You need to know, are they going to be on your side or are they trying to sell you something?
And that was really interesting because those who weren't, which were most of them, we said either review their ADV, which is their document that they file with the SEC, or go ahead and take a look at it, because what they found in their own work is there was things like third-party related transactions, there were sub-advisor fees, there were soft dollar arrangements. All of this stuff came to the shock, really, of the family and their advisor.
That's right. One of the things is just try to lay it out, be as transparent as you can with who are you paying and what are you paying, and do recognize that there can be those nested fees. If they're selling you a product that they're also investing in and charging you an additional fee for that, that's really important to know.
Right. And then we moved from there, which we were trying to talk about transparency, where the assets are custodied. You know, we generally use Charles Schwab and Fidelity, so it's very transparent where the assets are held. My statement to the family was, if the name of the product and the name of the custodian are the same, right, you should ask some more questions. But then we moved to really the team, and that really helped us separate ourselves.
Is it in-house expertise or is it an outhouse experience? You know,
that's very funny.
As far as, have they really assembled a team in-house to work together on a very close basis with the clients, or is it about just more layers of fees? Are these more what you would call hired guns that they come in who aren't necessarily having that working relationship and a deeper knowledge of the actual goals and constraints of the client?
We moved from there to fee transparency, what the custodians are, what the team is. But then at the end of the day is, you know, what are the core competencies?
A lot of times it might be that they just really focus on investment management. It seems to me that in the wealth management space, they do more investment management than actual wealth management, which is much more comprehensive. It needs to really hit on every discipline as far as, is it with estate planning, tax planning, retirement planning? Can they help out with succession planning, business transitions? And also, yes, investment goes along with that.
At the end of the day, they chose us, which I feel good about. But more importantly, this can apply to those who are listening. What are the questions you need to ask? You know, I often say, you know, what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it, right? Those three questions are a start of the presentation that we put together.
On our website, we have that great resource about the checklist, the Know the Difference checklist, which really walks through the logic behind what are the different questions that you should be asking. It's really short and to the point in order to make sure that you know who you're working with, how much you're paying, and exactly what services are you going to be getting for that.